All right, this may sound weird to you, likely, and also I'm not a weirdo. If we go any further, let's get some music. All right, so the person you saw there is called Jess Rankin. Now, Jess is somebody I have followed for quite a while. Um, she is um, the summary of that is who am I? Basically, my ex is also the mother of my child. She was diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder, also used to be known as multiple personality. Anyway, and ever since then, basically everybody's been acting as if I'm the crazy one. Also, her mom used to practice, and her supposedly practice witchcraft. One of my exes used to practice voodoo and Santeria, and so does my mother, and others I've known also as well. And then I felt as if I was under a spell. Anyway, one thing that I could do for mental health reasons and other reasons was post and follow people on Instagram, and that's what I was doing. Posting helped me figure out what's happening with me, and following other people what was happening with them and the world. So anyway, I started following Justin around 2015, sorry, 2015. I basically think I started following her because she's an actress as well, and so is the mother of my child. But it's also, as I was researching to do this, I realized it's also an example of how it can seem strange or difficult to understand why I've done what I've done and the way I've done them. I've done them all with thoughts and intentions of what's best for all. So anyway, let's go to the history of how did me and Jess. So this is 2015. I realized I'll let you read it, but basically, what ends up happening is we have a little comment exchange. I was at that Little Caesars in the outer mission of San Francisco on that day, ended up clicking on the location and seeing what other posts were on there. Saw that she was on there. I had apparently been following her previously, and then ended up having an exchange with her saying like, "Hey, I was just there," and she's like, "What are you talking about?" And I'm like, "Oh no, I was like just there," and she's like, "Whatever, cool, I guess." And so that was in 2015. And so basically what ended up happening was from that moment on, every time I saw one of her posts, I ended up liking them because of basically algorithm. So that's kind of it as far as that. I even doubted myself a little bit as to like, why have I been following this person for so long and all this other stuff? And it's basically, it's exactly that. So anyway, it makes sense and is logical for lots of reasons, but that's also what makes it likely that she and others know and can understand that, which is why I'm unfollowing her, as she seems a little creepy to me now, and they're unnecessarily silent, or possibly with negative intentions or being used. Basically, what ended up happening is, so as you can see, like I said, we had those exchanges years ago. I ended up DMing her recently because I realized she had a story post that she had moved to Vegas. Following her for that long, and seeing her post pretty much daily, almost since then, I thought it was odd that she was in Vegas and I hadn't heard about it. And also I realized I hadn't really contacted her before at all. And so she didn't respond to that. And so that kind of made me kind of go like, what the hell? Let me kind of reevaluate my history of her. And that's kind of like where I'm seeing kind of the history that I'm showing you right there. Also, this is also why I'm saying this kind of publicly, is because of basically a couple days ago she had a story post in which she had one of those like kind of filters, and the filter says she may be a bad witch, and I don't want to take any chances with this. So basically I followed her account, and I realized that she started posting about things about being a witch and hanging out in cemeteries, and realistically, even though you would think I would stay away from that, especially back in 2015, since I was kind of under a spell and trying to get away from it. It was part of kind of figuring everything out. So anyway, our energies seem to be intertwined. It may be red magic or love magic. The only reason I'm saying that is one that I've had experience with. But also apparently, when she moved, I felt it. Like, I felt it without even knowing about it. It's kind of really odd. And so I kind of also reevaluated kind of like my history with just her, because the weird thing about her is that for years now, like if I even took a screenshot of my homepage, you would almost always see one of her story posts or whatever, simply because that's how often her stories would always show up. So it's like literally daily for years. Anyway, kind of realized that, there was other times that she apparently left town, and it seemed as if I could actually feel it. Like I could actually feel her distance, which was pretty intense. And so that's kind of, again, why I'm kind of doing this, because even though as weird as it is, there does seem to be something there. So either way, I've either had some huge either psychological mental health breakthroughs, or a spell has been unraveled, or the spells I've done seem to have been enacted and kind of like are working out. One way or the other, there's definitely a big difference in the sense of even as ridiculous as this is, I previously wouldn't have been able to muster the energy to do this. Right now, it's been at least about a week or so since I've wanted to do this, and haven't had the energy. Anyway, I felt like I needed to contact her, just because it's like a lot, and I have a lot going on, and she has many more followers. But I've also had more followers than even she has right now, and it just doesn't make sense. Like, for the amount of years that I've been going on, I know that I've had people who have liked every single one of my posts, and or have seen every single one of my stories, and it is difficult to miss. Like, I've had more, like I said, more than she currently has, and I've definitely have missed things on Instagram. But for this amount of time, it just feels kind of weird. So that's kind of like also why I'm doing this. So anyway, so basically when I saw that 2015 post, I was like, oh shit, like it totally makes sense why I was following her and why I was kind of liking every single post, even besides everything else. Is just basically what I said I would do in a kind of sense, even though not necessarily to her. Also, I kind of want to make it clear that, me personally, I would have blocked me even from that first comment, just from when I was like shamifications. I don't know why the fuck I said that. I don't know if I was trying to be witty. I don't know what the fuck. But I know that for me, one of the reasons why I was kind of following people the way I was, and still am or whatever, is like, I would have just blocked me. Realistically, if I was a female, I would have just been like, what the fuck, who is this dude? And like, just blocked him. But anyway, going forward, that's not what happened. And so like all these years of interactions, and like I said, there's definitely feels for me, that there's something there, and felt that I should do this. Anyway, also too, is just like basically her account, like many others, and also like with the mother of my child, basically the way I've always interacted with them is just basically completely open, honest, no lying, no ill intentions, as much love as possible. And I've done that both in my life, and I also did that with this account, basically just so that if I ever kind of was like this, where it's like I feel like I should walk away, or like I feel like this person has negative intentions, or like I need to protect myself, or whatever it is, I can do so kind of with confidence. It's ironic to me how similar it feels to me doing this as it was kind of walking away from the mother of my child, when I realized, you're just too crazy. Like this is not about me, you know what I mean? This is more than I can handle. And it's kind of the same thing with Jess right now, where it's like, I don't know what's going on. Like, the whole thing is fucking weird. It's weird for me to do this as it is. But again, like I said, it's also weird for her to kind of be like, oh, like, this one person, this dude, has been following me for years and liked every single post, and I completely don't notice. And then, I DM her, and it's not that hardcore of a DM. It's just like, yo, I realized you moved to Vegas. That's crazy. Like, it's just, and then, again, I want to make it clear that I'm not exactly sure what's going on with my account, in the sense of, I realized the other day that I ended up posting about Whole Foods. I did that post on 2 different accounts. I realized that Whole Foods only responded to me on one of the accounts. And so I kind of realized that unless I'm so famous and known and everything else that even Whole Foods knows to kind of treat me differently, more than likely there's something else going on. Also, the last thing that I want to kind of get out there, the one thing that I have done with Jess that I think is kind of odd, and I don't know if she knows or I haven't mentioned, is she's, like I said, she's an actress. There was a time that she was playing over at, I forget the name of this fucking bar, but this bar by my house over on Taylor Street. I think she did some improv there one night, and I had seen that she was like, "Hey, I'm doing improv," so I went, and I wanted to actually be like, "Hey, my name is Charlie, and I fucking, I follow you, and I'm that person who seems to like all your posts," and I didn't, because it just felt weird, because I didn't want her to, I don't know, the whole thing felt odd. I didn't want it to come off odd. And so it also was kind of a learning point for me of, I have also kind of talked about that it feels odd to me that there's certain people that do know me in my account, and yet won't kind of interact with me in real life, but yet will totally kind of what I was doing with Jess in the sense of following her account and things like that. So just wanted to get that out there. So yeah, anyway, as odd as this sounds, Jess, it's been nice following you. I'm gonna unfollow. It's kind of weird. I feel like, I will say this, I don't know if I want to do it immediately or if I don't know, but I do know that I feel confident in being able to say, I feel like you're being weird or have been weird unnecessarily, and I don't necessarily judge you for it, but that definitely has happened. And so yeah, there's that. Like I said, it's an odd situation, since there's a part of me that's like, yo, whatever's been going on, it's crazy, because I completely felt your energy. But like I said, I also, I can't read your mind, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you're a good witch or a bad witch. But I do know that yeah, something's going on. And I do also kind of know that my history with kind of red magic and things like that, it would kind of make sense if you're channeling some of those energies out there, and things like that. But it's also, that's exactly why it's just weird for you not to acknowledge my presence and talk to me, kind of, or at least do something like what I'm doing. So anyway, that's kind of it. Yeah, and enjoy. Let's do an outro with the music. Oh man, I forgot to put this. Oh, so I'll let this play, whatever. I just wanted to let this out. This is so I went back. These are actually all the times I've liked Jess's post throughout the years. The really big thing about that was the summer solstice thing. You can see that she posted there about summer solstice. That's one of those kind of witchy kind of things. I've always been super into summer solstice, even since I was a child, way before meeting the mother of my child and a lot of other things. And so I just found that really interesting. But this is just kind of all the times you could see how many likes I have put on her account throughout the years, and why it would seem odd to me for her to kind of feel as if she doesn't even have a desire or want to be like, hey, this dude who's been following me all this time finally DM me, so yeah, there's that. I don't want to let this play for the entire time, because this is 2 minutes and I'm kind of already, I've said everything. But as you can see, that's the years of interactions, that kind of, that milk bean thing, that's also right by my house. And so there's that. Anyway, for anybody who's seen this is kind of a summary of what it's like for I guess a person following another person on the internet for years, and then having them kind of not acknowledge that interaction, as well as which energy or whatever is going on and how those can kind of intertwine, either knowingly or unknowingly, because either, just that. And so, yeah, that's it. Bye.